Hello, welcome back to Master of Orion 2. In this game I'm playing Uncreative and also have a hidden tech tree, which has made things interesting. I have been struggling with technology most of the game, but as of now, well, as of the last video, I've acquired most of the technology I need. Really the only thing I'm missing now is a shield. Getting the better armor, that was a struggle. Getting the drive, I had to trade for that. The computer, I think that was already there, so I just researched it. These weapons, I had to conquer Orion to get Death Ray and Particle Beam. Didn't get Damper Field though, which would have been superb. And I think there's other stuff too. I think I had to trade for battle pods and then these other things. Can't really remember how I got these. Yeah, Nolans have just been wiped out. What was Sakra, who pretty much on the retreat by the looks of things, but they will be back. They're not exactly pushovers. But I'm now at war with the Illyrians, and they have a pretty much don't know what you call this, like extermination armada that's just taken over this planet here. Now they're telepathic, so they will just control the planets. That means I can take them back, but of course they will use the planets. So as you can see, I'd say they have a few more stars, but let's check the graphs. Population firstly. As you can see, they little shoot upward and then a shot downward for me. That's because of them taking one of my planets. Sakura are there. Trilarian are just kind of around. And that's everyone, all four races. Everyone else has been defeated. So I'm still ahead in population for now. But this is actually going to change. I think the Illyrians, they'll probably take Rav. My main fleet is all the way up here. There are some other ships scattered around. But Jugger has a wormhole which goes down to Zadun. So I'm going to use that wormhole to get down there quickly. And I can get still 2 turns. So I'll probably lose Rav. I'll probably lose Colden. Irem, probably I can get there in time. So I'm going to go after this fleet. I don't even know if I can beat it. I do have 30 battleships. I think here that's 9, 12, 15, 16, 17 Titans. And then about 11 battleships. And there's all this other stuff too to reinforce. They're also Confederation, so they can rebuild their fleet much faster than me. So it's a pretty dicey situation. They have a lot better technology than me. Now, I'm counting on these spies to get some good technology off the Sakura. I'd basically take anything, but there are some specific things that would be very helpful. Now what I need to do is kick everything into production. I'm not going to really bother with research anymore for now, until I've dealt with this Doom fleet. It's time to redesign. Make the fighter 6. Better computer. Now I think the Illyrians are going to be using beam weapons. There was one combat which I reviewed in when I was editing the previous video, so I watched them kind of kick my ass. But I think they'll be using beam weapons, so I'm going to swap out ECM jammer for reflection field. I think I saw a lot of mass drivers coming at me. Now the way the reflection field works is that the weaker the weapon, the more likely it is to be reflected. So if they're going to be using a lot of mass drivers, which is probable, especially given that I have no shields, the chance to reflect those weapons will be a lot higher than it otherwise would be if they were shooting me with some heavy beam weapon. The saving grace, I guess you could say, of what's going on here, or rather I wouldn't call it an advantage of mine or a disadvantage of theirs, but their beam weapons really aren't that good. I think they've got maybe phaser or gravitron beam. It's only a matter of time there before they get plasma cannon, because I believe the Sakura had plasma cannon. Yeah, I think I'm stuck with this stuff. Heavy death ray will do the heavy lifting, and the particle beams just for some extra firepower. I think losing Avenger the way I did, probably a very big blunder there. Like, he gets killed pretty quickly anyway. He tends to get targeted, so he wouldn't last that long anyway. But in a big fight with the Illyrians, his ordnance ability would have been very helpful. But what's done is done. I could always just load game when I make a mistake, but I think the game is more interesting. Well, saves coming, they call that. But I try not to play that way because I think it makes... This means there's no consequence for things, which is not really to my liking. As tempting as it is sometimes. Okay, here we go. Gonna have to build those space academies too, because I don't really have space academies. Colin's just building spies, but that's okay. Money is good. My current money, as well as money in general, I guess. Get these space academies. So being Warlord immediately puts the veterancy of the battleship up to veteran as opposed to regular. Regular because I'm playing Warlord. So I'm just I need to do this a little bit carefully. Because at times like this, one turn can make a huge difference because of how fast the fleets move. So we'll go back to Jugger, and then we'll go down. Warp Interdictor would be really good in a situation like this. Warp Interdictor and Stargate would be perfect, but this will have to do. So I'm expecting this fleet to move here and take this planet, which is fine. They can do that. Necron is still available to be hired. Telepath will be good. Labor, science, financial, spiritual. Well, he still got 10 turns, so I'll just wait. Actually, I think I will recruit him. Oh, maybe shortly. I don't think his benefits are really going to kick in. Because I could put him on Omicron, but then I'd have to move Brainiac away. which would take 5 turns. Science isn't really going to kick in. Spiritual will, of course, as will labor. Because it might be better to just hang on to the money instead. And these planets which are building terraforming, I think they're going to have to pause that for a minute. So I'm in dire need of more ships. Because once again, even 2 turns can be significant. For these ones, I will finish the terraforming just for that. Where it's only 1 turn away. Zib has very low population and production, so I'll just leave it. Transports, not too interested in transports anymore. Priority now is surviving this death fleet from the Illyrians. Lots of space academies. Okay. I think that's all I can do for now. Got too much food. I really want to try to optimize this. That's Rev, which I'm about to lose. Let's see what their fleet does. Okay, they didn't attack anywhere, so that's kind of a good start. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so now I have to contend with 2 very large fleets. Oh, they've gone to Zib. Can I get there in 2 turns? Yes, I can. So this is 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. That's 28 of my battleships. I've got 30 in total. And then the other 2 are here. Okay. So they've kind of split up their fleet. I do have my 2 leaders. Yeah, they're not really interested in going to peace. The Trilarians might attack as well, but I don't really have much concern with that. Ooh, okay, here we go. Wonder what's so good about Zib that they're going there. Anyway, I'll let them take a Jugger back. That's fine. Yeah, Mike, if I am not able to kill many of their ships and I lose my entire fleet, that's basically game over. Just because I'm going to need a very large fleet in order to fight this. So that thing has 175. Yeah, my ultra elites. This is pretty much the maximum beam attack, 197. Then I've got 10 combat speed. So this guy is going to have pretty much 30 initiative. If you look at their technology. Molecular electronic computer. Also battle scanner. I doubt they'll actually be using that. I'm really curious how much of this stuff is actually equipped. in this version of the game, like the community mod, they tend to design the ships a little bit better. But if they had, say, hyper-X capacitors, a structural analyzer with high energy focus, and molecular electronic computer, they could dish out a lot of damage. And my ships haven't all been refitted with reflection fields yet. Yeah, I really don't know how it's going to go. Plus, they've got good racial abilities. Ship defense plus 50, ship defense plus 20, also Warlord. Only one way to find out, I guess. Where is... oh, here's Ras. Yeah, even that ship's going to take 2 turns, so pretty much the ships I'm going to have here are the only ships I'm going to have. Alright, still no combat. Here we go, more ships coming in. Can I buy another battleship? No, I cannot. Almost. Thanks to the weather controller, now I have too much food. Good problem to have though. Weather controller is... if you don't get soil enrichment, the weather controller basically becomes a necessity. Okay, here we go. 31 battleships. Yeah, but it's a bit annoying that they brought in 2 more titans, 2 more battleships. Actually, what armor do they have? They've also got neutronium. I doubt that many of these ships will have neutronium equipped. Probably Zortrium. Starbase missile base fighter garrison. Okay, great. Not that they're going to do much, but let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Alright, looks like they have initiative on just about everything. Yeah, not looking too good here. Okay, finally I get to go. Let's see what kind of stuff. Yeah, they've got very good leaders. Huge amount of beam firepower. Maybe only the 1 leader. Which means if I can take him out, I have a chance. It's not looking good though. I'm hoping that if I take him out, I'll have the initiative. Because they only have Ion Drive. Ooh, no, that was a misclick. Not a good time for misclicks. Even though my ships are ultra elite. Alright, he's about to go down. Hard to say. I think it depends on the ship. The reflection fields did okay. It was against the mass drivers. Ooh, that was a missile ship. I still don't have Dauntless Guidance System, so the missiles don't change targets automatically. Okay. Most of them seem to have I'm trying to figure out how much initiative. I probably should have checked it before I took out the leader. Would have been easier to kind of calculate. Even if I stay though, I don't think I'll kill that many more ships. So I'm going to retreat with everything. They don't have a warp dissipator, so that's nice. Oh, some of their ships haven't fired yet. Okay, the battle went pretty much as I expected. Now I'm down to 21 battleships. And the leader would have just hopped to another ship in all likelihood. So yeah, they've got survival pods. I still have my leaders there. Okay, not a great situation. I think I took out maybe 2 battleships in 2 turns, something like that. Wouldn't have been any more than 4 ships. As you can see, they're about to overtake me in population. And fleet-wise, theirs just keeps going up and up. And I've got the big Sacra fleet to deal with as well. So yeah, I don't really know what I can do here. Shame. Really need a damper field, I think. I won't give up just yet. Might give up soon though. We'll see. Maybe if I make an alliance with the Trilarians. They don't have much of a fleet though, they'll just get destroyed. I just want their technology though. Pretty sure if I demand, they're just gonna declare war. Unfortunately, you can't respectfully request technology. You can only demand it, and a lot of the time, the computer will actually declare war on you just for demanding technology. Okay, 5 turns to Pollux. This is really good for me. I don't know why they chose to go there, but I'm happy with it because that has tied up their turn. That has tied up their fleet for 5 turns, which has bought me some time. There's an entire fleet out there somewhere, thankfully, not attacking me. I do wonder. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't think equipping positronic computer made that much difference. Yeah, that one's about to finish a starbase. Which fleet has Jared is extremely important right now because of the extra speed. 2 extra speed. And thankfully I have jump gate. Kind of want to deal with this Sacra fleet. Prefer not to lose that place either. Alright, there goes Orion. Maybe I could have equipped Battle Scanner in order to get more beam attack. Not to increase my chances of hitting, but to increase the initiative. So who gets first turn? And like you saw, the fact that the Illyrians got first turn, or for most of their ships anyway, they were able to take out most of my fleet. Oh, sorry, not most of it. They killed, I think, 9 battleships. They took out all those ships before I could even do anything. So sometimes having first move is really important in a lot of games, a lot of situations. First turn is very important. I think this Sacra fleet is going to go to Ras next. I might just have to sacrifice Pollux, unfortunately. Ooh, okay. They use the wormhole to go straight to Zardoom. There's a Doomstar now, which has 32 enveloping ECCM overloaded antimatter torpedoes, which is not good for me, considering my planet is made of matter. Yeah, not looking very good, unfortunately. Okay, Sacriflate's going back. I basically need every single planet producing combat ships. Sakura are going to Colden for some reason, ETA 6. So the computer seemed to be going kind of easy on me by moving through these nebulas. I'm okay with that though. Spies aren't stealing anything, unfortunately. Okay, I'll have 4 more battleships there. Now, I kind of want them to attack. Hopefully I can destroy some of these. So the gravitron beam is reflecting some of the shots. Some of these have neutronium armor. I probably should have fired with that battleship. Didn't realize I was about to die. So it's a mobile, but... Ooh, there's a leader here. Probably should save him. So when those interceptors hit, they do quite a lot of damage. Yeah, not having shields is just horrendous. And they have structural analyzer as well, so it's... Oh no, that guy doesn't have one. So I'm killing a few ships, but it's really not quite enough. So they can rebuild them a lot faster than I can. Down to 21 battleships. That fleet there has a stealth field, so I can't actually see them. I don't think it matters too much though, unfortunately. Alright, no combats that turn, interestingly. They're about to hit Pollux. There's probably another, that fleet with the stealth fields is probably about to hit one of these other stars. Ooh, yeah, my research is too low. these spires, the maximum spires you can put on espionage is 63, but unfortunately the spying defense is too high. So I'm going to gather my fleet, try to make a final stand. They're still kind of focusing on the outlying systems, so I'm going to try and use the time that it's bought to get as many ships as possible. Well, that's great. 0 BC. Guess I might as well, right? Nothing to lose. So 24 battleships, but I'm maxed out on my command points now. So that's basically it. Don't really need transports in a situation like this. Okay, I'm on exactly 100 points out of 100. Let's see if I can fight these few ships here. Okay, Sakura are coming back in. And here comes the Doom fleet. Yeah, it looks like they still have first turn. As you can see, they took a lot of damage from those reflection fields. So pretty happy with that. I certainly don't need ECM Jammer. So I think putting the reflection field on in place of ECM Jammer was the right call. And we're in a nebula now, so they don't have any shields either. So we're kind of on equal terms now, sort of. Not a single ship wants to be immobilized, it seems. Probably because of reinforced hull. Ships are much less likely to be immobilized when they have reinforced hull. At least I think that's how it works. Okay, small victory there. But as long as they keep their main fleet together, I don't think I can really challenge them. I cannot hold a candle to them, as they say. Ooh, it's unfortunate. I was hoping I could get to Ras in a single turn. Then I could try to fight this Sakra fleet. "26 battleships. I'll send a few ships there. Probably won't be able to contest, but we'll see. And I think on Chryslon, it's in the nebula, so they won't have their shields. So that's probably my best bet to fight or to make my stand, because I don't have shields anyway. So I might as well fight in a situation where they don't have shields either. So we'll do that. Yeah, with so much beam attack, I'm surprised they still have the initiative. Maybe I should have equipped a battle scanner as well. Although in the long term, I don't know how much difference it would really make. Well, I don't know what promises I made to the Illyrians, but apparently I have not lived up to them. So I guess everyone's entitled to their opinion. Okay, here we go. So we are on the nebula, which means they won't have shields. You can already see the reflection field doing some pretty decent work. Okay, I did see there was a... There we go. That's him. Priority target. Let's just see if there's any other leaders. It is nice that they don't have their shields there. They all have their class 5 shield, but 0 damage blocked because shields don't function in the nebula unless you have the special mod called hard shields. Okay, he's gone. Hopefully that'll give my remaining ships a fighting chance. Yeah, some of their ships took a lot of damage from the reflection fields. Like this guy here, he's already half destroyed. So reflection field can be pretty good. And I think they're holding off maybe on their... Oh no, it's all just gravitron beams, never mind. Thought maybe they had mass drivers, but they weren't using them just because it's going to do more damage to them than to me. Okay, I need to see some big explosions. Get some collateral damage happening. There's some heavy fighters coming in now. I don't really know what to target with these, but just pick something. If the interceptors actually close and fire, they will do a lot of damage. Now I'm hoping taking out that leader will kind of swing things here. He was a very good leader, but I can't remember what his abilities are. They're just I just remember that they're very good. I didn't really want to use the particle beams, just because of the ratio of space to damage is actually pretty bad. I almost never use particle beams for that reason, but I actually didn't have much choice this time. And I wasn't just going to put death rays only. You do need something else to complement the death ray. That guy, oh, he's immobile, but he's still got a lot of marines, so I haven't shot him with a death ray just yet. Once I shoot something with a death ray, all the marines pretty much die immediately. Alright, the Doomstar is immobile. That's kind of interesting. Guess I'll keep moving up. Might be a mistake, but don't have much to lose. Another ship is immobile. So I'm actually immobilizing quite a few of them. If I can close in, if we can get some captures. I'll be amazed if I come out of this with some good tech. I'm running out of ships though, unfortunately. I would love nothing more right now than to have auto-firing mass driver or something like that. It would be extremely effective against ships like this. Even auto-firing laser, funnily enough, might be better than particle beam. But problem is, you can't just take all your fights in a nebula. I'm not actually going to retreat. I think this is end of the line. Okay, captured a ship. And then it immediately died. think most of these are going to just self-destruct, so I might just kind of pop some of them while I can. Oh, whoops. I think that was a mistake. Wow, it looks like I'm actually going to win this combat. I'm amazed. You can never give up, you know? I'll capture as many of these ships as I can. Hopefully I can actually walk away with some of them. And by walk away, I of course mean fly away. Uh, Fortunately, everything insists on exploding quite violently. And the last ship retreated. Okay, actually destroyed the Doom fleet. I'm amazed. Now these guys have cloaking devices and a hell of a lot of weapons, so I think I'm still screwed, but a little bit of a moral victory there. Got neutron blasters for days. Lots of heavy fighters. Ooh, lost my starbase there. Okay. Interesting. Now I have 4 Titans. And if you look at this graph, look at that. The Illyrian fleet has been decimated. Now the question is, do I keep these or do I scrap them, try to get technology? How many battleships? 16 battleships. Still got to contend with that thing. 2 turns, unfortunately. So I will lose another planet. Okay, so potential technologies are Zortrium armor, which I don't care for because I've already got better armor, but class 5 shield. I don't think I have anti-missile rockets. Gravitron beams. And I think the structural analyzer. That would be very handy, actually. Ooh, tricky. Very tricky. High energy focus as well. A little bit. Yeah, I'm not usually in this situation. A little bit stumped as to what to do here. Because on the one hand, I would like to use them to help fight off this Sakra fleet. On the other hand, I would like to scrap them in order to consume the technology. I think I'll do what I've always done, which is to scrap them. They all have anti-missile rockets, which is a bit annoying. I'll try and figure out which one's the best. Looks like they're all pretty similar. I think this one's slightly worse than the others for some reason. Oh, I lost my other leader, by the way. Thankfully, I still have Jared. I'll scrap this one first, see what happens. Okay, Gravitron Beam. Not good. Oh, I can see the summary down the bottom left. So these have a high energy focus, but then this one has a structural analyzer. Kind of want both. They do similar things. High energy focus just increases the base damage of a weapon by 50%. All beam weapons on the ship. Whereas structural analyzer, it doubles the damage that penetrates the shield. Now, in the case of a heavy death ray, I'm going to pop the shield pretty quick. They do have 125 shield blocked. 125 damage blocked because of the shield. But 50% stronger heavy death ray is quite good. And then with structural analyzer. We'll scrap this guy first, see what happens. Okay, we've got high energy focus. I think I'll have to leave it there in terms of scrapping. I'll keep these other 2 ships. And now, to redesign. Still don't have class 5 shield though. But we can equip high energy focus. That'll make these weapons stronger. Basically only interested in beam weapons at this point. Yeah, battleships, you can't equip too many things because then you don't get that many weapons. I don't think the point defense particle beams really did anything, so I've gotten rid of those. One less particle beam as well, but now they're 50% stronger thanks to high energy focus. So I'm hoping this will be worth it. So I'll try to deal with that Sakura fleet, and then I'll scrap the remaining Titans. They're going to pop one more of these planets, and then I'll get in there. Okay, the Illyrian fleet is retreating. Chrysalon lives on. Or what's left of the Illyrian fleet. Now this will quickly pop back up again because they'll rebuild their fleet in about a second. Or maybe 2 seconds, because they are Confederation. So ship costs are reduced by 2/3. Let's see if we can deal with the Sakura fleet though. Alright, here we go. Don't think they have any leaders for some reason. I'm actually going to let them ship me first, because I'm pretty confident that they're not going to be able to do much damage. Unlike the Illyrians, the Sakura don't have crazy hitting abilities, if that makes sense. Now these heavy fighters are actually going to be a problem. So I'll start by trying to take out some Titans. I'm not sure what their best point defense weapon is. It's probably something good though. Okay, they're going down a bit easier than the Illyrian ships. Okay, these guys have cloaked, so that gives them a big beam defense boost, so I'm not going to bother targeting them. Fortunately, there's plenty of other stuff to shoot. Yeah, that sound it made suggests that they have particle beam. Don't really know how they got it. They must have stolen it off me. But I don't recall seeing a pop-up saying they've stolen it. So I don't really know how they got it. Ooh, I did a lot of damage. Oh, I lost one of the Titans. Very unfortunate. And these guys have clicked again. I'm actually going to retreat with this one because I don't want to lose another one. Might be able to capture one more. Okay. I'm hanging on somehow. More Sacra ships coming in. Oh, just a couple of transports. Got 3 Doom Stars now. That's interesting. Let's take a look at the tech. Now, molecular tronic computer. That could be good. Class 5 shield, of course. Neutron blaster. Antimatter torpedo. I've already got tractor beam. See what the other ones have. Heavy fighters as well. Pulsars. Transporters. Oh, no, I think I've already got transporters. Cloaking device. So yeah, I'm not dead after all somehow. I'm just hanging on. Now let's take a look at their tech, because I believe they somehow got particle beam. I have no idea how they got that. Yeah, they both have it. Everyone has it somehow. It's quite bizarre. Let's see what more fleets are coming at me. Ooh, very big fleet there. It is a Sacra fleet though, which is easier to destroy. Down to 15 battleships. Okay, I think I'm going to pause it there. And this episode went a lot longer than I expected, plus I'm still in the game somehow. Got these Doom Stars. I'll make a decision in the next episode about scrapping. Because on the one hand, keeping these ships is actually potentially useful. A bit disappointing to lose that Titan. I'd rather just lose another battleship. Let's see if I've lost Jared as well. Very sad. That's actually a pretty big deal. Every single planet pumping battleships. Let's look at the standings. Can't really. I think the Illyrian one is going up. The Sacra one has dropped significantly. Meanwhile, I'm down here, so they're still both way above me. Even if I was just against one of them and not the other, it would be very challenging to win from this position. Population-wise, as well, Illyrians have just mind-controlled half my population, whereas the Sacra just exterminate. At least with the Illyrians, I can take the planets back. And then, of course, tech. This is pretty much the story of this game. I've just been struggling tech-wise, but that's what happens when you play feudal uncreative. That's kind of what makes it fun, though. It's a more interesting game. I do still have Chrysalin. I've got all my colony leaders. This guy is making quite a lot of money for me, actually, considering he was free. Hopefully the next leader it offers me is a ship officer. I'm in dire need of ship officers now. I never got survival pods, so I lost my my leaders in those combats. I really don't want to give these guys death ray, because if I do, they're probably going to share it with everyone else. I think maybe I should have traded for Auto Lab a lot earlier, and then I could just focus on producing ships. Meanwhile, my research would still be pretty good. So reflecting on it now, I probably could have done things a lot better. It's been quite an interesting game though, if nothing else. And I'm not going to give up just yet. It's not looking good, but I'm not gonna give up just yet. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.